Intellectuals in.
Hey, welcome to another episode of The Intellectuals. Before we get started, just so you know, if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or you want to buy an investment property, you don't really know where to start. It could be your first one, or you could be used to the process, but you need an excellent broker that knows what they're doing, won't lead you astray. Just click the link below in the description, and that's it. Professional broker, years of experience. We'll give you all the advice that you need, whether you're a first-time home buyer or investor.
How professional, you might ask? They've denied Adam a loan 5 times.
I guess
Actually,
Adam,
That's the step of. That's how you know they're legit.
here's my laugh. First laugh of this.
And they
of the
put a
episode.
restraining order on
Adam
Guido.
and professional just don't seem to go together, eh?
Yeah.
Sadly.
By the way, I have to address something. Like I don't know how I never noticed it before, but I sat here right before we got started and observed Adam for a little bit. He twitches like a Vietnam War veteran. It doesn't make any sense.
Adam,
Bro,
you are
this guy,
twitching.
his facial expressions are the same of a man who has seen death 1,000 times.
Can I just get rid of my old joke that I have in my pocket for an hour?
Go ahead.
You said real estate, we're not going to lead you astray. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Give me an ashtray.
What?
All right, Guido, go home.
That's awful.
I see.
Oh, ashtray.
I see the teeth have changed you.
Hey!
You got your confidence back? Guido, who, by the way, last week Guido wasn't here because I decided I got tired of seeing his face week after week. So,
You're probably wondering how I got this teeth back in my face.
hey,
Guido, why don't you tell us? It's been 3 or 7 or 9 years that you've been toothless. People are looking at you right now. Smile for the camera, baby boy.
But can you zoom in?
Yeah, I'm zooming
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
worry
Smile
about
for the
Where am I
camera.
going? You want me to go here?
Just smile.
just smile, bro.
You look like a Ninja Turtle.
It's true, eh?
Why do you smile like a cartoon turtle?
I'm forced with this smile. It's like the Joker. But they're pretty close to what I used to have.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Where did you go this time? Brazil.
No, I went to...
They got BBLs and
He's got a
BBTs.
huge ass and tits.
I went to Rue Grenette and Gouin. Centre Dentaire Grenette. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Yazbek. Thank you very much. You'll never hear teeth stories from me again. First thing I did was ate an apple.
Thank you, Dr. Yazbek. Guido Grasso will be back.
For some reason, it sounds sketchier than Mexico.
Yazbek. Yakshimish.
Yeah, because every time I
Because
go
of
in
the
there,
name.
it's all Guido.
You know what's crazy? I'm sure this guy's like, he looks super clean cut, super professional, super proper.
Where's the Rolex?
Yeah, super chill, mellow. He's always calm. He's always doing this, like he's always like with his hands like this, right? So yeah, just because of his name, we're like this.
Yeah,
Fuck him.
Doctor. Yeah, Lebanon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Lebanese.
But he's a good guy. He
I
looks
bet
like
you fix
he
your
looks
face.
like Anthony Bourdain.
Oh shit.
Let's just hope they don't end the same way. Nice sound because as we speak, it's 1-0 Carolina.
Well, don't tell. We don't care. Stop.
But I'm really going for
the show isn't even live. You know how stupid that is for you to say that?
I know, but we were watching playoffs.
It's so stupid.
Every time
I'm
you
just
guys are
picturing
it's how
somebody-
you pull someone out of the show.
I'm just picturing someone at home like, what's North Carolina? when? I can't find the channel. He's freaking
Okay,
out.
so
Somebody like Adam, he's like, I gotta place a bet.
I'll give it to you in a generalization. Hockey playoffs are fun. Yes or no, Adam?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, but not if the people listening to this might not be during playoff season. They can listen to it in a month. It doesn't. What I'm saying is, it takes them out of the podcast.
I feel like I've been interrupting him. He was talking before, and then I made it about my teeth.
It's fine. You haven't
You're
talked
all
about
right?
it. Yeah.
Adam, what we want to know, what everyone's wondering: have you kidnapped a child in order for you to take a shit at a gas station again this week?
Damn.
No and no.
Guido, did you listen to last week's episode?
No, I was so ashamed that I missed the phone call that I couldn't bring myself to listen.
What phone call?
I called him to bring him on the show,
It was late.
Oh.
but his brother, good old, ball.
George
ball
was
butt.
here. Was George here?
Ball.
There was George.
George was here. It would have been you and George. It would have been an
Yeah,
amazing.
it would have been a
episode.
great episode. So I didn't listen
George
to it
gave me belly rubs. He
I-
scratched my back.
It was insane.
because you're like Buddha.
Yeah.
It's good luck.
They both touch kids. So here's the thing,
Wait, what?
Adam.
Yes.
How was your workplace environment this week after the fiasco last week?
Okay, so let me give you a pretty normal standard answer. When you do something unconventional, let's just say, on a
call it that,
one-time
yeah.
basis, it doesn't mean that everybody's gonna go bonkers. Oh my God, this guy Adam is crazy. It's
It
an
depends
honest
what the
mistake.
stop smacking Adam, but it depends what
Nobody
the
smacked anything this
Adam,
time.
I saw him.
I
He's
heard
sma-
something.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
I watched him. Yeah, I think it's his cord, his cable. Now. Every time there's a bang on the table.
Stop yelling.
Anyways, Adam,
Go ahead.
what I was gonna say. No. What I was gonna say is, anytime you do something unconventional to a child, then yes, people might freak out.
Depending on the level, but
God damn, bro. It's not the words that
Okay,
should have come out of
okay.
his mouth.
How is it
It's
possible
not
that
an
every
example.
answer is wrong?
Let's
It's
say
not
a
the
kid-
words that should have come out of your
let's say a
goddamn
kid
mouth.
falls out of the van because he or she loses their balance. That's a little bit
Wait,
more.
how's he gonna fall out and he loses his balance? Are the doors in this van?
Yeah, when they're open. Let's just say, right?
You know the side
would be-
door of the
Shouldn't be driving if
minivan.
they're open.
Duh.
You make the kid sound like a cigarette butt.
Let's say the kid loses balance in the van and he gets sexually assaulted and thrown out of the back.
It depends on the level.
You guys know
Jesus
Chris
Christ.
Hansen.
How
Can
are
we
you?
make
Of
a
course.
video of Chris Hansen and Adam? You spoke to Chris Hansen.
I
No,
did.
Both you guys
because
spoke to
people will
Chris
take it for real with
You
him.
spoke to Chris Hansen.
You know what I mean? You can't. You can't.
He'll actually.
Yeah.
He's so perfect.
First of all, if we do ask that request, because Pantelis and Mike did it to me, and first of all, Chris Hansen would see the request, he'd see him, and he'd barge in here one day. I guarantee you.
I remember when I did that to Poseidon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a half a normal, you know. But with
half a
Adam,
normal.
it would be fucking funny with him.
Yeah, do you
Jesus.
remember when Poseidon, when we got Chris Hansen talk to you?
Yeah. I was so nervous.
Yeah,
I was like-
exactly.
Because you know what they did to me? They kept building it up, him and Mike,
Yeah.
and we discovered something. I was like, and the thing is, I grew up in
done a
Park
lot of
X.
things.
I grew up in Park X, bro. I've done some stuff where I was like, I shouldn't have done as a younger kid. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, what is it? What is it? Then they're gonna have to have a surprise. Like I got all paranoid in my head. You know?
It's like when you get to the border and you know your mother made your luggage. There's nothing in your luggage, maybe soup, but the guy makes you feel like you have heroin in your bag.
yeah.
It's exactly
I was like,
like
and
that.
then I was so relieved when that video popped up.
You're like, oh, I'm just a molester.
I got a serious.
Thank God.
No, a horse. Is something with a horse. No, he said didn't know you could do that to a horse. I remember.
I got a serious question for you guys. Chris Hansen is American, isn't he?
Yes.
How is that a serious question?
Wow.
Bro, you cannot be asking questions like that.
I don't know if he's from Montreal. I don't know where he's from.
It makes you look like a suspect.
He
It's
worked
like
for
he's trying to
Dateline
confirm.
NBC, and he has the. Let's give him a shout out. He has a new criminal network, Chris Hansen alone. He has his own channel right now.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow, you know those predator chasing videos.
Of course.
He
We
joined
talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, of course you know them.
We talked about. There was a subject that we talked
Adam
about.
watches
He
to
has
catch
that.
a predator just to see how we can escape.
For real, Adam, you're a very suspicious individual.
Do you ever clean your glasses?
Yes.
Interesting.
Not lately, but yes.
I wonder why.
Adam, watch this for a segue. When you go to the barber, do you say, I want the exact same hairstyle as the new Pope? Because that's what you have.
The new pope is American.
Yeah,
by the
from
way,
Chicago. His name is Richard Prévost.
man, I love.
That's
oh,
gotta
for
have
real?
Canadian
Oh yeah,
roots.
he's got Quebec. He's
Quebec.
got Quebec
He has
roots for sure.
His last
Prévost.
name is Prévost. bro.
Yeah.
Does he speak French? Good question. Eh?
Well, he probably does. He's one of what they call the polyglots.
I
Polyglot.
You know what a polyglot is?
Yeah, a guy who speaks many
You mean a
languages.
polyglot? He's got a lot of Glocks.
Yeah.
Bow,
His
bow,
Rari.
bow, 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 bow.
He holds them sideways.
Yeah. You know how they hold the cross like this. The
Yeah.
popes. He's like
Yeah,
this.
he holds it sideways.
But I love. You know what I love about that? I love how unserious the internet is.
Yeah.
Everyone's just so, and it's not just that. It's just with the recent events of the world and everything going to shit. Everyone's
Talking
just
about
so-
India, Pakistan going to war.
Yeah, but
Oh,
That's
fuck
an
yeah.
interesting way of putting it.
Is it because they put a video?
hey,
But is it because they threw
it's
a video?
you. Stop
I
moving
told
it.
you. You saw him. I told you. I see him all the time.
I
yeah.
heard it too.
I heard it. I just don't know how.
Is it because you touched everything?
He's pulling on the cable.
Is it
Yeah.
because India and Pakistan threw a video game up on the moon?
No, they're going to war because there's not that many Google Play Store gift cards left. They're going to war for the last remaining.
Adam's laughing because he got screwed 10 times with that.
Someone's relieved that.
So I have it would be in my interest to know who's going to win that war. That's going to be the where the people are
They're
going.
fighting over you, Adam. They're fighting over who's going to call you.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, how unserious the internet is. Not just because of the India-Pakistan stuff, but the edits of officials. You know, talking about the India-Pakistan war and the casualties. And here's a recording of one of the pilots. He's yelling to death because he got shot down. Do not redeem. And I'm
I
just
sent it. You saw it?
Yeah. And
Do
then,
not redeem.
and then you have videos. People edit the Pope. When the Pope walks out onto the balcony.
Yeah.
And it's a song of what was the song there with Sosa? These bitches love Sosa.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da,
But they made his lips move properly.
No, not even. He's just it's his entrance song. It's
It's
Chief
great.
Keef
It's great,
blasting
like
over
he's a
speakers.
wrestler. It's great.
But they make it sound
like official.
like it's there.
I know,
it's speakers
There
playing
was
it there.
when Pope Francis became the Pope years and years ago. Some guy, the first most beautiful Neapolitan fucking comedian, made him come out and speak Napolitan. Why yo, hey, de fa burdel, come sta? And he's talking about the black guy. And this,
No.
Pope Francis speaks Napolitan, and watch it on your free time. But
Well, we won't watch it because to us, it all sounds the same.
it was exactly. We all sound like Super Mario.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It all sounds like barabu barabi ba.
I had him with the game show. That was the best. I sent it to. I want to give a shout out to Guido Cocamello because I sent it to Guido Cocamello, that clip
He
of
died.
Adam wanting to. He fell off his chair.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, when the video of you trying to figure out the New Jersey.
But who
game
won?
show. But who won? That was the best.
But that's the best line anyone
Oh,
could
the
give.
one where everyone has to say, "Oh," I was thinking
I
about
sent
that.
it to Cocamello. He died.
What were you thinking about?
I was trying to figure out what Guido had on his mind. Now I know what he has on his mind.
I'm trying to
figure out
What were you thinking about the show? About
I couldn't figure out what it was all about.
Right.
Do you know now what it's
Rather
about?
than the subject matter we were talking about. But
Well, I have to be truthful, right? Sort of.
better
okay?
when you lie.
Sort
Can
of.
you try and guess?
They brought 3 people in, and they got the best person to go. Oh, in a matter as dramatic as possible, right?
You know what? Maybe we
It's
should
actually
send Adam
sad.
the link.
A second time around, it's actually kind of
It's
sad.
worse.
Well, you guys were
I
laughing
actually
at me,
feel
and I
bad.
didn't. Since I didn't want to get laughed at
Adam,
anymore, I changed the subject.
To get back to your and my gambling addiction,
Yes.
did you know that somebody won 50 grand because they bet that this new pope was going to win?
Well, before you brought that to my attention, I did not know that.
Now you're pissed, Adam, huh? You could have bet.
He was a hell of a long shot in Vegas.
It wasn't mise au jeu. It was like an internet.
It was
Of course
Vegas,
it wasn't
bro.
mise au jeu. What are you talking about? It's not a
I
sport
don't
sure,
bet.
know.
I'm sure it existed
Mise
on
au
Mise
jeu
au
has
jeu.
Not on
more
mise
than
au jeu.
just
Mise au
sports.
jeu is
Mise
mise
au
au
jeu
jeu.
has-
Yeah,
Hold on,
but
hold on.
Mise au jeu, I've bet
They
on
have
the
politics.
Oscars
They have
before.
drama. Yeah.
I
But
bet
mise
on
au
the
jeu
Oscars.
does not have pope.
They don't respect that anymore. They have other stuff on top
But
of it.
I bet on
have movies,
non-hockey. But
movies,
anyway,
politics.
some guy won 50 grand because he bet. Here we go.
Canadian or U.S. Does it say?
Is that what matters?
How much did they bet though?
Funny.
That's it. That's why I showed it to you.
How much did they bet?
I don't know. Who cares?
He was a heck of a long shot.
Total or he won? He made a profit of 50 grand.
Whoa! They bet $1,059 and made
50 grand.
Wow, he was very
leading those
not
winners was a
conservative.
whopping 63,000.
You mean a whop?
He spoke Italian very well. God bless Pope Leo the 14th.
His name is
63,000?
Leo.
Pope Leo the 14th. Yeah, he named himself after DiCaprio.
$63,650 profit off of a $1,059 bet.
Not bad, bro. Because I would have never. I thought the Secretary of State. I thought it was going to be an Italian guy. I thought it was going to be Pizza Bala. You know why? Because Pizza Bala was the guy that went to the Israeli hostages and said, if you release everybody, I'm going to sacrifice myself. So that was a big deal with the, Hamas and all that shit.
Wow.
But no, Pizza Bala, he was probably the first smoke. The first black smoke.
Did he sacrifice himself, or they weren't interested in his offer?
Well, no, but I think they're going to kill him now.
He sacrificed himself. What are you talking about?
What?
I repeated the words that Guido used.
Anyway, some guy won, and anyway, am I okay? I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Anthony Cumia got fired from Sirius XM?
Of course.
He got fired. Let's bring people up to speed, because he was in Times Square, and he was taking photos randomly hidden of I guess some big black woman.
No. He was taking pictures of Times Square, and I don't think she was big. She was a black woman. I was walking towards him, and she said, "Why are you taking pictures of me?" And then he said, "I'm taking pictures of the city."
But then he went to when he got home.
And then he got attacked.
When he got home, he started going on Twitter and called her a savage, and they called that racist. And in
I'm
any
pretty
case,
sure he said more stuff.
and he got But in any case,
Yeah, he said
they have
a very
now.
specific word from what I remember or understand.
And it wasn't nincompoop.
Well, he did it to
But they have
himself.
erected a statue in Times Square
Of Lizzo.
Of this. Have you seen this
The
photo?
Lizzo statue?
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
saw it.
Have you seen this statue?
Yeah, but Lizzo lost weight now. So,
Yeah, I know.
Too little, too late, I guess.
So have you, by the way. I
Allegedly.
mentioned this to you outside
Yes.
when I was massaging you.
Well, that's not normal.
Poseidon deflated. It shows he's got shit to do. Good for him.
No.
Poseidon, have you seen the Lizzo statue?
Have you
yes.
seen it? Have you seen it? There she is.
Holy shit.
What's the point of this?
It's
Is
the
this-
same as Rocky Balboa. But if you see her, apparently the first thing people think when they see that photo, that statue is, I think that was funny.
Why wouldn't they
Somebody's
put
gonna
one
laugh
up
at
in
that.
Houston? She's not from New York.
She
Thank
is
you,
from New
Adam.
York.
Thank
She
you for
looks
that
like,
insight.
you think she looks like Houston?
You think she looks like the whole city of Houston?
The whole planet Houston. Anyway, so I'd love to hear Anthony.
What do you think about this?
I'd love to
I think
hear
it's one of the dumbest things that has ever taken place. And
Aren't
there
we s-
will be dumber things.
Aren't we supposed to erect statues of stuff we admire?
I mean, we're supposed to erect statue of admire. This, I can tell you right now, will not cause any erections. This is the. I wouldn't even call it erecting a statue.
Well, maybe there's some. You know what? It's probably just some really skinny, lanky white dude that was like,
You know
"This is
what?
a great idea."
You know what, bro? I applaud that artist so much because the amount of balls you have to have. Let's say you get that contract. You got to build whatever you want. Times Square gave you, and you do that. I applaud that because we're all talking about it right now.
Yeah.
I guess.
He's that artist genius. He just made Karen. It's great. Fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
Kill.
Hilarious.
Fuck, I was gonna say something.
Yeah, it's all right. I've been watching cruise ship stuff. You guys ever been
What
on
do you
a
mean
cruise?
cruise ship stuff?
Like stuff shows up on YouTube and it says
Like-
how the most expensive cruise line operates. And so I
What'd
watched
you find
that
out?
whole documentary. Well, apparently it's a big boat.
Right? So what'd you find out?
But you ever watched that? Well, it's like
No, but I've always watched.
6,000 people on a fucking boat. in the middle of
I have heard that the crew is it's a lot of people. It's a
Yeah.
very big crew. I always thought it would be cool to work on one of those cruise
yeah,
ships. For a
I
little
know
bit.
people that have done it, and I know comedians.
Who
that
was
have
it
gone.
this time? Nobody moved.
I didn't move, so I don't
I
know.
didn't move either yet.
I don't even know where it's coming from.
Angelo,
It's from the feet.
Maybe.
Angelo Tsarrukas, your cousin, he does those cruise ships a lot.
But I would have like when I was even now. I think it would be like a cool job for someone to
You know
do
where?
for a while.
Yeah, you know where the crew
Like, imagine-
sleeps? The crew sleeps underwater. By the way,
Yeah, like
the part of the boat that's not exposed, that's a whole underground tunnels, like Walt Disney. that they all go do shit. So that's
Yeah, of course. It's the hull.
The part that's under the DiCaprio part of the boat.
Yeah.
They're but the engineering, bro. They recycle that water, man. Like
What do you mean?
they take seawater and they fill.
Yeah, and they turn it into drinking water, yeah.
The giant like that. It's in.
Yeah, it's a whole
$1 billion boat.
It's
bro.
a city in it's a
incre-
small city
it's,
in the seas.
Rockland Shopping Center on the water.
No.
Well,
They're
even better,
bigger.
even
They're
better,
bigger,
exactly.
dude. Those
But you've never
cruise
been
ships.
on a cruise, right?
I haven't. Look, I don't know why, but as
You eat all day. That's all you do is eat all day.
But as a vacation, I don't find it that enticing. I'm gonna be honest. I would like to try once just for the experience.
Me too.
But
I'd rather go to a destination and fuck off.
to me, it looks more interesting as a job, right? Imagine
Yeah.
like you just finished university,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you're taking a year off, or 2 years off, or whatever. You're young, and you're like, "Fuck, I want to travel," but you don't have the money to travel.
And you're working on a Holland cross Atlantic cruise ship.
It's
great.
an
Yeah.
insane experience.
It's
You get to work, make money. You don't pay rent. You get to save the
But
money.
the efficiency, like all the recyclage and the dark water, they even clean out
You mean the poop water?
the shit water.
Yeah.
Okay. They have the white smoke, black smoke, like the popes. They make sure to re-clean the diesel fuel to make soot and just clean vapor comes out after. Like they're really up to date. And all that food that they consume, they make it turn into soil for gazon, bro.
Inside.
Yeah.
No
I think I was watching a video about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching that
watching
for
a
3
video.
days now. It's really something.
You know-
and international waters. So you could gamble. Adam would love that. You can gamble the shit out of.
You know, there was always
And most
talks-
people that work there are Filipino. I don't know why, but they're nice.
Well, it's a good. Like I said, it's a good job to like just because from what I heard, they're paid well too. It's not just $10-15 an hour.
But it's a 9-month contract, bro.
yeah.
You gotta live there.
You got to live there.
But it looks for real. Like if I was 18,
I would do it.
I would do it.
Yeah.
I would do it for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
I would do it. It looks fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Remember
you're
what the
working.
name of the company is, Guido?
Whatever, all of them. But the one that I think is the I don't know. I was watching the Holland one because it's like the conservative one. I know the Virgin, Virgin Airlines.
They want to
Virgin
do the
Music.
same thing in the sky, like a cruise.
Elon wants to do that.
Yeah.
But the Virgin is the adults only. But there's 2 adults only.
Oh, there's a lot of swingers in
Well,
there.
that's it. So there's the adults
Adults only.
which means not porn. It's just you don't hear kids screaming next to the pool, and you could sleep. That's the adults only normal one. But then they even have unwritten Virgin Cruise Lines ones where you're a swinger, and that goes into the heathenism. Apparently, as of 2025, this is illegal. Banned.
What is?
If you're on a cruise ship, first
Are
of
you
all,
okay? What the fuck was that? Did you just shit yourself?
Did you
you
come?
just moaned.
What the fuck was
yawned.
that?
If when you
Hold on. Can we address what
should
the
address
fuck
that.
was that? Answer the question.
It was a yawn.
Yeah, it was a yawn.
Hey, yawn, you find it respectful to just yawn while people
While
are
your friend is
recording?
telling a
While
story on a
everyone's
podcast.
recording?
Didn't
You-
come
you, like-
voluntarily. Trust me.
it didn't come voluntarily.
That means you.
Something took over my body and said,
I'm bored of Guido's story.
the demon inside you.
Yo, Guido, the fact that he's trying to fucking sabotage you every week that you're here is starting to actually get to me. Like at first, I thought
Yeah,
it
it
was cute.
sounds like he's jealous.
Now it's starting to really piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, for real.
He started with a chair. He's talking shit about you. He's trying to get rid of you. I don't like this.
It's fine. Look at him.
it's a good thing this is a comedy show, right?
I guess.
You know the
But continue, Guido. Please continue.
it's forbidden when you get on a ship to have there's devices. I know you guys know about this, where you could make one Wi-Fi into 5 Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, it's like they have them for
Yeah.
big houses too. Bell sells them. Yeah.
That's banned.
What's banned?
Why is
on
that
on a
bad?
cruise ship? Because they want you to pay their extremely expensive Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're not allowed to bring your own Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
But look, if you're going
How are they
on,
going to stop you?
they have the radar, whatever they. And another one, you cannot an upside down pineapple.
You have to eat it right side
about
up.
it?
When you're a couple that wants to
Hold on. What do you think an upside down pineapple means?
Swingers.
Because you gave it away at the beginning. Yeah.
Well, it's the context.
Yeah.
if you put an upside down pineapple on your door,
Yeah. It means.
it means if any of you guys see us and you want to bang us, we're a swinging couple.
Exactly.
So the upside down pineapple is now forbidden on
Really?
Royal Caribbean because idiots were putting it in Disney
Bunch of
cruise lines.
nerds.
You know, if
No.
you go to but if you go to Virgin, there's the ironically named Virgin, the adults only cruise, and there it probably works. But you cannot put an upside down pineapple on your door anymore.
They just want to keep a brother down.
Speaking of keeping a brother
Look, the
down,
Wi-Fi thing.
the Diddy trial's happening.
Dude, did you?
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot about that, huh?
How's it going?
Well, he
They
has the
named
same hair
Mike
as me.
Myers.
I know he dyes his hair. Did you see his pictures now?
They
No.
named Mike Myers, bro.
Oh,
It's-
poor
like-
Mike Myers.
What do you mean they
man.
named Mike?
Austin
Mike
Powers.
Myers was in like one of the
freak offs.
one of the reports. Yeah,
No. I
don't know what he
the guy
did,
that
though.
said the elbows up.
yeah. Oh, he went elbows up into
Yeah,
fucking Carl Winslow's
man.
He
asshole.
went elbows deep. Hey.
So wacky.
Do I make you horny?
Yeah. Oh, baby.
Poor bastard.
He makes me not want to watch Austin Powers.
Wow, fuck it.
It's
They're
a bit
supposed
of
to
a-
make
You know
a
what's
new
you know
one.
what's crazy? I used to love Austin Powers.
It's still hilarious.
And then it's still hilarious. But then when I found out the
a
actor and I listened to him speak as who he was as a person, made me not want to watch the movies anymore.
Oh, he was a prick a bit.
I don't know. There was something off about him. You
I
know
met
what
him.
I mean?
Did you see him at Just for Laughs? I met him at
And not
Just
just
for Laughs.
last, I met him at some award show in Hollywood, and he was a dick.
He was okay. Well,
But he
said-
seems because he seems like that guy that nobody fucked him when he was younger.
Well, maybe that's
and now
why
he's
I
famous.
remember the thing at the Hollywood Film Awards, and even though I told him,
But that's why he
he was
disappeared.
rude as shit.
Maybe that's why he disappeared from Hollywood for
He got
15
diddied.
years. He got blacklisted because maybe he was difficult to work with. How come Dana Carvey, his partner there, is hosting Kimmel and has his podcast and everybody
Maybe he
loves,
made enough
and-
money
and
he
he's
doesn't want
playing.
to.
Maybe Myers made enough
Myers
money
made
and
a
doesn't
shit
care.
ton of money.
Yeah, I got no
Maybe.
beef with Mike Myers. I'm sure he's watching the game right now. Oh no, it's the Capitals.
I
But
think,
he
I
watched
think
the
what
game.
happens is at some point, some
can't-
people
they
they
don't-
make
yeah.
so much money,
Yeah.
and now it's not even they expose who they've always been. But this guy is living a story in his own head, bro. He's not even paying attention to
Oh
what
no,
I'm
he's
saying.
not. He's
He can't
thinking
even,
of his
he
debts.
can't even contribute to the conversation.
He's thinking of
bro.
his debts.
He's exactly like the unemployed,
He is unemployed.
like the welfare people here.
Bro, the
Like,
guy's
he
working
just-
right now
Look at him.
and
He
is
doesn't even know what I'm saying.
Adam, do you
I'm
understand
not
English?
informed on every single subject that we're talking about.
It's not a subject. You can give your opinion.
You can give your opinion. You can ask
Hey guys,
questions.
I love movies. What
I'm
movies,
sure you know
something.
who Mike Myers is.
Yes, and I know the movie.
So then you are.
So you know. So how are you not adding to the subject?
I don't know much about his personal life, how he behaves. I can't really.
Nobody knows much about his personal life.
Oh, maybe some people watch documentaries about the guy, if there are any.
Apparently, he got nailed in Longueuil.
What do you mean?
No, I'm kidding. You know what I've been.
So I think what happens is some people they make so much money and they've been shat on so much in life. In the beginning, when they didn't have money, if they weren't as good looking or as powerful or wealthy or as tall or as this or as that, they make a little bit of money and they're like, "Fuck the world! Now everyone's gonna feel my."
Plus, divorce and stuff. Like the guy, for about 6 months to a year, he was the most famous man in the world. It was like a Jim Carrey.
Okay.
And then he probably fucked off and said, "I can't take it." And if you see him now, he has hair whiter than me. He looks like
Really?
Yeah, he went elbows up into something.
the Naked Gun. Yeah.
Any idea how old he might be?
He looks like the Glad Garbage Man. It's all like Steve Martin. He has all white hair. So he fucked off. But me and Mike Myers have the same career, except he has money and I don't.
You both fuck Carl Winslow.
Yeah, that's right.
Al Pacino almost went bankrupt.
Yeah, I saw it recently.
Yeah,
The same
before
thing.
he No, I'm listening to his book, Sonny Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought recently. I was worried about.
No. Well,
After
have you
Sea
seen
of-
the woman he
after-
impregnated? It might be soon.
After the movie Revolution and before the movie Sea of Love, he was broke.
Yeah. I think it was See a Love, or was it the one he was the devil in the
80s, yeah.
The
what was
Devil's
it called?
Advocate. The Devil's Advocate. That was in the 90s.
Broke. By
Yeah,
the
so
late
no,
80s.
it was before that. Sorry.
Broke as fuck. He did 15 years with nothing, this guy.
No, I think well, he talks about in the book what happened was he was just living out in some farmhouse, just chilling, and I think he was dating Diane Keaton at the time, and
Michael Keaton's sister.
No.
and
Michael Keaton's real last name is Michael Douglas.
and what
But there
happened.
already was a Michael Douglas.
What happened was I think the accountants that he had or people they basically
This-
they blew his money.
Called Let's Take Advantage of the Stupid Artist.
Yeah, and then I think he had to hire a lawyer and shit.
They do
and
that
it
a
was
lot,
whole
huh?
thing.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, because especially artists like Al Pacino, like he says it in his book, he's like, I was just a theater guy.
Yeah, he doesn't give.
I didn't know shit about shit in
He
life.
doesn't know shit about shit. Exactly. He just
and
knows
he
that-
goes, I don't care. I like it that way. I
Yeah.
prefer it that way. You know,
Yeah,
he
he just
talks
wants to
about-
do his thing, and
just wants to act and live life and be and read stuff and
It's
be
easy
a-
to say that when you have money.
Yeah, no, but even when because even in the book he describes even when he was broke, he was like that. He just didn't care.
Yeah,
He
No, he's-
didn't. He was never materialistic to that sense. Like he liked living comfortably, and he liked, he had a bit of a taste for like the finer things in life, so you say. But he never. It was never an obsession of his. Like it was never like
No, it doesn't take much to make Al Pacino happy.
Yeah.
Give a couple of friends a bottle of wine, and yeah, he was okay. It's amazing that after many, many years, it seems the legacy of Pacino is going to outlive the legacy of De Niro.
De Niro
because of
died out.
De Niro's political views.
yeah,
unfortunately.
because De Niro-
De Niro used to
yeah,
be
yeah.
so much bigger.
Oh yeah.
But the second De Niro started doing interviews,
it's for political stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
Pacino
you're
only
right.
does interviews about art.
But yeah,
You'll
exactly.
never hear Pacino who the fuck he
Exactly.
voted for, nothing.
And it kind of makes me regret getting so much into politics and on the podcast, and especially
all the energy you wasted.
all the energy I wasted in shit and yeah, like I wish I just focused more on
Happy.
artistic
Sandwiches.
stuff. Happy. No, sandwiches. I did
Whatever,
focus a lot on
exactly,
sandwiches,
yeah.
but
No,
like
but I'm
Still
saying I
focusing
get it.
on sandwich, baby.
you know what I
No,
mean?
but I
Like
get
he
it.
just like even when he was making certain films and certain theatrical plays that he thought it was never Al Pacino was never for a political angle. It was never to
Zero.
It was always just what he thought
That's it.
was expressed in this scene or in a movie or something.
Period.
But for some reason, he would always find himself over the years in controversies.
They always happen.
And about the movie that we showed on the Pantelis podcast, remember the one where he gets smacked by the black
Oh
dude?
yeah.
Where
movie
he
is that?
plays a cop, the gay detective.
On cruising.
Yeah, he talks about that movie finally, and he goes, people were so mad at me for that movie. I don't
'Cause he
understand
played a
why.
gay guy.
Yeah, he goes, I don't understand why.
I was sucking dick way
He
before
goes,
that.
I was just playing a character that I thought was the right way to be portrayed, and that's it. But people were just really mad at him apparently for that movie.
The gay community was mad at him.
Yeah, or some shit, or like I think the cops were
He
mad
made
at it. I
that
don't know.
right after. It's ahead of its time. But
And-
he made that right after Attica, the bank robbery movie.
Yeah,
So
Attica,
it was where
Attica.
he was at the peak. He was at
Yeah,
the top of his game.
Attica.
And then he made this game movie. It's like, you're the Godfather. Why are you gonna go make this game? Wops were mad, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
Wops were very mad.
Vito's a fag.
But he's
It was
but
like-
Al Pacino's not. He was never
I know.
a wop. He
No,
was
I know,
he was a
but
theater
that's-
guy. He was he liked the arts. You know what I mean?
I know. There was nothing wrong with him making that movie.
Yeah, but they were just so mad at him.
Yeah, because of Wops. It's
And
hilarious.
he almost got fired off The Godfather twice.
Yeah.
I told you that, I think.
The Paramount executives couldn't believe who the fuck is this kid.
Well, no, they almost didn't hire him. That's the first. Who the fuck is this guy? Yeah, who the fuck is this kid? The second time was the way he had envisioned the role. He had envisioned Michael Corleone as this like cold and kind of like not over the top, loud character, more of a
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Exactly description of what Michael Corleone is.
exactly, and that's how Al Pacino saw it. But the thing is, while they were filming, he wouldn't react much.
No. They
you
were
know
saying,
what I
the
mean?
guy's not doing nothing. He looks like he's sleeping.
Exactly, he's not doing shit, but apparently, like he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In his eyes.
Exactly, in his eyes, and the way he stood, the way he stared. You know, there was a lot there, and they almost
Yeah.
They almost fired him, because of that. And then he was so pissed off that they wanted to fire him. Even Al Pacino didn't want to do the role. And then at some point, what happened was he had to do like a stunt. He had to do his own stunt. It was nothing crazy.
It was to
right?
kill Virgil Sollozzo.
No, I think it was something with a car.
Oh, okay.
I think it was something with a car. And what happened was
He didn't even know how to drive because he grew up in New
yeah,
York.
yeah. I think that's what it was.
He didn't even have a
know how,
license.
he didn't know how to drive, and he had to drive a car or something. No, that was before. Sorry.
When he's teaching her in Sicily how to drive the fucking car and it
Yeah,
blows up,
yeah.
the guy didn't even know how to drive.
But there was a stunt. I think it involved the car. I don't know if it was that exact same scene. I don't remember exactly. But what happened was he ended up breaking his ankle. And he was relieved because, like, okay, now they're going to fire me for real. So what they did was they filmed scenes
Without him.
without him where it was where they could use a stunt double most of the time. From far. So, and then they got back to filming with Al Pacino. But what I'm trying to get to is imagine The Godfather without Al Pacino playing Michael Corleone. It's impossible. You can't even begin to fathom it. Even if you've never watched The Godfather, you can't picture it without Al Pacino.
Right. You're right.
You know?
You're right. It's a
And I think
you were talking about manifestation and fate, you know?
Yeah.
It's that. The guy was born for that, period.
Yeah, he was born for that role. There's also, I think the reason why we can never see anyone else play these roles other than Al Pacino is because of the way that he embodies them, but also because
Adam won't let us.
but also because it's all he does.
Right. He doesn't go political. So now if
Not even political. I mean, that is all he does.
that's his only job he's ever had in his life.
That's it.
Yeah, he's like Bono. The only job Bono has ever had in his life is singing for
yeah.
U2.
He's like, this is what I want to do.
What do you
Theater.
do? I'm
I
Al
love
Pacino.
theater.
Yeah, what do you do? I'm Al Pacino.
I'm Al Pacino. I don't know. I'm an actor. I play him.
Ah, fuck. Now I want you to, but I don't want to.
You know, and
you should one day when you guys are home, type Al Pacino arrives at airport. You
And
should
when
just see what a day in the life of Al Pacino is when he gets to the airport.
you showed me that video. I remember.
It's fucking great.
And you realize how much of a great actor Al Pacino is, because I always saw, every time I watch Al Pacino on the screen, I saw like, oh, it's Al Pacino. Like I didn't realize how much of a good actor he is.
Because I think by the time you were watching him, it was the 90s.
No,
and
even-
he started to do a cartoon of Al Pacino, like
No,
and he was talking like this.
No, even older when when I watched the '90s stuff and the older stuff, I never realized how good he was. I just thought, oh, he's just being Al Pacino all the time. Even the older stuff.
But the subtleties.
And the subtleties, and the thing is, I realize now when I listen to his book.
I love it.
It makes you realize
I'm gonna
how much
listen to that
a
book.
fantastic performance he did in Scarface. He is nothing like Scarface.
And he took the balls to invent that. I've never heard one Cuban in my life speak the way he speaks in that
That's
movie.
a made-up accent.
yeah,
He
you see
made
the
it.
movie
The
Casino?
amount of balls this guy had to make up that accent and keep it and commit to it and make that whole movie and still be remembered more for Scarface than The Godfather. That's somebody touched by God.
yeah, phenomenal. It makes you realize like fucking Scarface. That was a phenomenal performance.
Watch the
makes you wanna watch it
documentary on
again.
Scarface.
Did you see the movie Casino?
No, what is that? Is that about a casino?
Of course, you watched.
Is it a
Casino.
I
gambling
don't
movie?
know. It was in the 90s. I don't know. You weren't.
Yeah, it's a good
barely
You weren't
alive.
even born, bro.
But you know who else? Good actors invent their own accents, from what I heard. Like Tom Hardy, he.
What's the new one that he's in now? Everyone's talking.
It's a gangster show on.
I
Netflix.
like Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I love this guy, but apparently he's sick, right? He's gonna croak now.
No, don't say
No,
that.
no, that's not Tom Hardy. You're missing.
Yeah,
with
no,
someone
Tom
else.
Hardy.
For real?
Yeah.
No.
Google it. Check.
What is he sick with?
But
The syndrome.
in the show Peaky Blinders, he's a British Jew. He plays a British Jew gangster, and he invented his own accent
Not the worst
for
version of
that
those.
character.
Like a Meyer Lansky, right? Because it's underrated. Everyone thinks about the WAPs, but the Jews were there too. Huh?
And because he kind of goes like,
No, it says
like he kind of in the show, he kind of like I don't know
health scare. Tom
no, his
Hardy.
health issues are knee surgery, herniated disc, sciatica. I have that too.
Ah, fuck.
And
Oh, yeah, it's all
potentially,
physical shit.
potentially plantar fasciitis.
Ma, shut up. He's a baby. I saw it as a headline and I thought maybe the guy was dying.
No, he's fine.
All right, he's fine.
Like you should.
He's my age, that bastard.
You should watch Peaky Blinders and
I
listen
will.
to his accent.
Eventually,
Yeah.
when I get enough money to get Netflix or something, I will. Eventually, when I get enough money to get Netflix or something, I will.
I never thought that anyone in the history of North America would ever say those words.
Yeah, I'm still doing the.
You know what I mean? It sounds so insane.
I'm still doing
until I get enough
Well,
money
when he
to afford
moves up
Netflix.
a bracket.
Close ad.
It sounds Pakistani, bro.
I know, but that's what it is, bro. It's
so
hard.
crazy, bro.
I keep
Close,
telling you, it's hard to live in Canada right now. Everything's expensive, but it's true. You're laughing, but everything's expensive.
I know.
Close spam, close ad, go back, press play, maybe it starts.
Oh, it's the worst.
I
guess all these viruses.
And 2B.
That's why
or,
your teeth fell out.
2B, but you have to listen to 15 years of commercials.
Yeah, I don't like. Same thing with Amazon now. I pay for Amazon. It still fucking rocks commercials.
But 2B.
Oh,
yeah.
really? You got the premium?
But
No,
I haven't seen no, but you got to pay an extra like $2.99 for
Well,
the
that's
premium.
paying extra. I'm already paying for Prime.
I just got it for the $2.99. I was like, fuck it. I got bro because
losers.
at first they started you with the you can skip after 5 seconds. And then they started playing 5-second ads. And then you're like, okay, this isn't so bad. Then they started playing 15-second ads that you can skip after 5
I was
seconds.
watching a movie and there's a 14-minute commercial by why
Yeah,
Mexicans
it's
are
bad,
all right.
exactly, it's bad. No, and you know
They're
when
not all right.
you know when I hate those the most? I hate those
Are
the
you
most.
referencing a movie?
No, it's about Mexicans.
No, for real.
I was like,
That's funny.
if you really keep them out, who's gonna run your plantations? I was like, I don't have a plant. What are you talking about?
You were yelling about a soccer match recently.
Bro, a lot of soccer matches I've been with. This
Yeah,
is my
okay, I
fucking
could tell
life.
because you lost your voice.
Oh no, I lost
Yeah,
this to
you're
the
right, he
UFC on
did.
Saturday.
You went?
Oh yeah, you went to the
What
UFC.
happened?
Yeah, when
Who
Ayman
won?
won, I was I
The
started
girl
crying.
match
I
was
screaming. Which one? There was
I remember
three of them.
seeing a highlight
Alexa
of the-
Grasso. I was rooting for
Oh,
her.
that's it. Oh, that's
She
it.
lost.
My cousin.
Yeah, she
My
lost.
fucking, that's the one
That's
I
your
lost.
cousin?
Wow,
That's
she
your
has
cousin
to
for
be.
real?
No, she's Mexican, so it's
I
his
checked
wife
the
that he has
name.
down there.
She's Mexican.
It's Grasso.
You got some explaining to do, buddy.
Yeah,
Those
my
Mexican
cousin
chicks?
lost.
And
That's
she lost,
exactly
bro.
the match I was
Yeah,
talking
anytime
about.
you see a Grasso, they're a fucking loser.
It wasn't. It wasn't. You weren't going down to Mexico just for fixing your teeth. We're going down there spreading your seed
He was
as well.
fixing that ass.
If I did 23andMe, if I did 23andMe, I guarantee you I'm related to this chick.
Adam, if
And
you did,
Directly.
if you did 23andMe, you think you'd find more than 23 dudes in you?
I'm not sure.
See, because it's 23 and me, but you it would be 23 in me.
For some reason, you explaining it bothered me.
It made it worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alexa Grasso lost. It was fun. It was fun.
What does your jacket say? Top flight?
I got to
on
see.
the arm. On the arm.
You
on
missed
the
it,
arm.
Guido. I met Bob Lazar.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I showed Nello. He freaked out. No, he freaked out
right
at.
there,
He doesn't
right
know what Bob Lazar is, but he freaked out at the GSP.
Oh,
Did you like your honky tonk
I
man
think it's
picture?
a golf sweater.
Why did you?
Pantelis meant the honky tonk man.
What?
I found a picture of a lookalike. You know when you go to Comic-Con
Yeah.
and you go take a picture
Oh,
with
that's.
the-
I think I'm gonna go with this. Summer.
Bro, there was a fucking honky tonk man, the wrestler. Look.
Yo, right there, Adam.
With
fine,
You have
Okay.
schizophrenia.
Okay, can I explain myself?
yeah, please
Sure,
do.
let's try.
About 3 or 4 times in the last 5 or 10 minutes, I was yawning or I tried to stop myself, and it's kind of embarrassing. Like, what are fans thinking? That's all. So
I
I
was
tried
thinking
to
that you're
laugh it
uninterested
off.
in your friend Guido. Every time Guido's here, you try to throw him under the bus. Every time he talks, you pretend to yawn. You're like, this guy's so boring. I should totally take over this show.
First thing he said to me
Talk
when he
about
showed
my
up to pick
gambling
me up
addiction,
is,
the crimes that I committed, and then get mad at Pantelis and Poseidon for bringing it up, even though I brought it up 100 fucking times.
Adam, why are you being a bad boy? You're a bad boy today, Adam.
A yawning boy.
Listen to me. The children are keeping quiet, but I know what you did. And soon so will the rest of society. The parents will be asking questions. When my son left home, his butthole wasn't this wide. You're going down, Adam.
How do the parents know how wide the butthole is?
You gotta check your kid's butthole every time he leaves the house.
What?
Yeah, Poseidon.
Are you conspiring with Prince Hazen?
Take a seat, Adam. I heard you were here to meet a little boy. The transcript here says, hey, do you want to gamble with me? Do you want to drink some tequila? while I make my football picks and finger your butthole? It's very suspicious.
Sadly, everybody's waiting for Justin Bieber to get subpoenaed.
Subpoenaed? Why? Oh, for the Diddy stuff?
Yeah.
He was violently passed around for sure.
The girl he beat up there mysteriously disappeared, huh?
Really?
The girl in the hallway?
What do you mean by
Down the hall to the left.
What
That's
do
where
you
she
mean?
is.
What do you mean by disappeared?
They can't find her, Adam.
They kept the court kept trying to find her to testify. That looks like wonderful cleavage under your S.
It's an ass.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
Poseidon, get back to the podcast.
Anyway, she stopped answering calls.
Well, he probably threatened the shit out of her.
She probably
yeah.
got paid again.
Or threatened.
I think he's.
Oh no,
there's
she
a
did
part
get
of me.
paid though. I remember.
Yeah,
Guys, a very smart question.
there's a part of me that thinks this guy's gonna walk, bro.
If you're expected to testify and you
think
don't,
he's
you
gonna walk.
yourself could be. That's a what do they call it? You're perjuring. You're not. You know what I mean? If you're expected to come in and testify and you don't, she could be looking at charges for that.
You should be a lawyer.
You look like a lawyer.
Says who? No, hold on. Let's delve deeper into this.
Pantelis, you know the law reasonably well, right?
Yeah, as a lawyer.
No. Don't deflect to him. He will not
Well,
save
I'm not
you.
a lawyer, okay?
So then why would you say that?
It's a well-known fact. Okay, I watch a lot of cop shows. I watch a lot of, I watch a lot
You're
of stuff
talking
like
about jury duty.
Do you watch Hill Street Blues?
that. Yes, and this woman is supposed to testify against Diddy, right? So she's
But she's disappeared.
No, you're talking about jury duty, dude.
Yeah.
not necessarily
Yeah,
that too.
there's consequences.
But if you're expected to testify and you don't, that's two different. It's in the same basket.
I was called for jury duty in Brooklyn.
Oh, no.
Did you go?
No, I went to register because they send it to Social Security numbers. But when I called the number and told them I'm on a green card, they said,
You're not our peer.
you're out or something. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that.
they
I
probably
remember-
thought you were Mexican.
Yeah, but I was still, whatever. But
You shouldn't have said that. You should have just said, "Yeah, I'm
I
coming in."
just show up. Yeah, I would go just for the laugh.
And they
You're
pay
right.
you, as you know.
Wow, like $6 a day, bro. Like you in
that's
jail.
it?
Oh, for real? It's
Yeah.
$6 a
It's
day?
not- it's like
Adam would
nothing,
maintain
man.
the same lifestyle.
But I don't understand why. What if you have to lose work?
No, that's it. That's why they compensate you. But it's a you have to do. So I remember in like 2001 or something, I had to call, or else I was going to get arrested.
No way.
That would have been
Just
funny.
saying.
If you don't
Arrested?
answer, there's a warrant. Yeah, it's a real obligation. Check the YouTube comments. It's true.
Could you
No, that's
imagine
true, yeah.
somewhere in the world, somewhere in the United States, actually, there's a man who got away most of his life with committing so many crimes, but then he didn't answer to jury duty and he got arrested for that.
Exactly.
For sure, that's
Yeah,
happened.
That is a funny story.
You know what? For sure, that's happened.
And he's trying to run
That's
away.
what they get him on.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched that show Border Security?
And then
I
you
watch
got
it a lot,
the
yeah.
no, you
What
got those bounty hunters with a
Like,
warrant
yeah.
trying to come after you, and he's trying to get away. That would make a great movie.
Well, what happened with the border
Dog the
security?
Bounty
On Border
Hunter, right?
Security, I love the couple that is like stoned in Maine or New Hampshire, and they accidentally cross the border
Where?
to Canada. And now they have to get arrested because they're stoned and they didn't take the last exit. You know, when you're stoned driving,
Yeah.
that happens. You don't know how often that
you
happens.
serious?
Where couples.
But why
or
do they get
people-
arrested?
Because they're ripped out of their ass and they
behind
show
the
up
wheel.
at the border with drugs and they don't even have passports. But they just, you know, when it says
Why don't they-
last exit for Canada.
Yeah.
You know, when it,
Why don't they do a U-turn?
because they're ripped.
But I'm not even in Canada yet. How can you arrest me?
No, but that's
No,
the
because,
point.
like, hold on.
Because
When you get to the
second
border-
you get to that border,
border
you're
guard
no
will arrest
longer
you.
in Canada.
That's
And,
wild.
And or you're
other
no
way,
longer
you're no
in
longer in the
USA.
US.
So this couple is in New Hampshire, stoned out of their mind, and they get to the border because it says last exit. They missed the exit and they keep going.
Yeah, but
So
hold
now
on, hold on,
So now
pause.
they get arrested and there's drugs in their car.
Hold on, pause, bro. Like, if you approach a border,
I know what Guido's talking about.
Right.
well, this guy's done his research.
Thank you, Adam.
There's a whole bunch of shows on that. You missed a lot. Guido said it perfectly. You're driving a car and you obviously don't notice. If you keep driving, you're going to find yourself in Canada.
Yeah. It's happened to you where you smoke a joint and you're just driving around. You don't even know where the hell you are. Sure,
Oh,
it
it happened
has.
to me once because in high school I used to smoke a lot
Exactly. So imagine this couple, they smoke a joint or whatever else, and they're driving around and they don't realize they're about to drive to the border.
of weed. I
And
remember.
they get to the border and like Family Feud. By the way, remember when I mentioned Family Feud here the other day?
I remember.
Okay. Since then,
Non-stop. Of course.
it showed up.
Of course.
In your feed.
Yeah. This phone is recording me. Big dick pills.
That was the joke. That was the
Why
punchline?
didn't you wait? But why would
No,
you
I
want?
swear. What I want. I
but
want to
those
get
don't work. Why didn't you just say something like
penis
women with low?
enlargement.
But why? But dude, why are you trying to scam yourself? Why don't you just say women with low standards?
It's why I'm in court.
But oh,
Are you still in court?
Yeah. Let's not talk about it.
but I remember when I was 16. I remember I had my Suzuki Grand Vitara and I used to hotbox in it with my friends at the time. And dude, I remember one time. First of all, I used to rip that thing everywhere. I was missing a catalytic converter because it got stolen. My father was driving. He bought it for $500.
It sounded even louder.
So besides, I remember those things get stolen a lot. Why?
They're expensive to replace on cars.
Really?
Yep.
What do they do?
They really
They
don't
sell them.
exist anymore, huh?
No, but what do they do?
They sell them. Oh, the piece.
Something to do with oxygen or something, right?
No, first of all, it's
Because some countries you
it
don't
acts
need
as
them.
a silencer. It acts as a silencer on the car, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not as loud.
Yeah.
So a muffler, so to say, and it also cleans a lot of the
Bad emissions.
bad emissions. Basically, it's like an emission thing. So because it's mandatory, you need it. You need to have it. Are you listening, P?
I'm listening to everything.
You need to have it on your car. So if you don't have it, if somebody stole it, you got to get one.
In some countries, you don't need it.
Yeah, but a lot of times, you get your catalytic
you
converter
need it
stolen, and then
Obviously.
when you go to the shop to get a new one, all times they'll buy it from a stolen one. And
Oh, it's a
probably-
vicious circle.
Yeah, it's like it's
So it's easy to steal.
You go to the scrap.
Mostly on SUVs, you just crawl under with a saw, a blade.
It's mostly mechanical.
like this,
Yeah.
like this. In anything muffler related, if
How
you
much
want
can
to
I
saw
get for
it,
one of those?
Seconds.
about now. Just Google catalytic converter price.
I have an idea for a business.
Call it catalytic
Converter?
converters and sell Cadillacs. I've been watching Jim Norton.
What? Dude, there's 6 bills?
$600, huh?
We're in the wrong industry.
No.
How many can you steal a night?
way.
10? You can make $6,000 a night,
What?
bro.
You could steal 500 in a night.
No, I mean, but you don't take
The
risks.
average scrap catalytic converter prices range between $75 to $1,000. So it depends on the car and everything.
I've been having trouble listening to the podcast people lately.
Which ones?
All of them.
What do you mean by trouble?
Like I'm not in the mood.
Okay.
Like the
Have you been feeling down on yourself?
So it's actually
the Rogan verse. Even Anthony Cumia, who usually makes me laugh. The only one is a bit Jim Norton. Sorry, he was talking about catalytic.
No, it's
converter.
fine. Go ahead.
But no, Jim Norton. Have you watched Jim Norton in his house there talking to Colin Quinn or?
No. The one we has with his wife?
Yeah, no, it's just him now. Thank God. But he was on with Rich Voss. He was on with Colin Quinn. He was on with.
I may have seen a clip.
Dave Attell. It's him in his living room. You could see it's all white there, not the one with his wife Tranny there. But I think the spark is gone. Huh? Even the one where Anthony was on, it was still funny, but the spark is gone.
Do you think they're just tired of doing it?
I think they just don't even remember where they were.
Well, also what happens is, dude,
when-
he's
you know,
married
when-
now.
when people
Sometimes
get
you
rich,
become
yeah.
unhappy. It's not even rich. If you're happy, you have good podcasts.
Yeah.
If you're unhappy, you have terrible. Like Poseidon, we went through a period we were talking about this where we were unhappy and we weren't having good podcasts. And then when you're happy, you just fuck around and having a good time.
Yeah.
Adam,
Yes.
can you fucking smile before I smack in your stupid face?
That was a lousy smile.
But I love Jimmy Norton. Even Sam Roberts, I listen to him sometimes.
Sam is very into the wrestling right now.
Yeah, he's only doing that.
Yeah. Well, he's successful, bro. Wrestling is huge. Wrestling, what a renaissance. What a resurgence.
Yeah, it came back again.
Because of Netflix, you think? Or?
I think right before that's why
Because
Netflix.
of McMahon raping.
Seriously.
God forbid.
You know what?
Became big.
I can't believe I'm going. I'm saying this. There's
You
no such
say-
thing as a bad controversy unless you kill someone.
Right.
Even that sometimes.
Even
It's-
that.
as
Yeah,
long
look
as
at
it's-
OJ.
As long as it's news.
Fucking hell.
OJ decapitated a guy.
As long-
yeah.
as
And he
long
would
as
get fan mail.
As long as it's
wild,
news.
bro.
Yeah, as long as it's news.
It's wild, for real.
And you know what's crazy? All my life, I've always tried to be like tiptoe around people, not to offend, because you hear some of the shit I've said on these podcasts. You're like, fuck, this guy's a lunatic, and I get it. They are insane, but like, I mean, in general in life, like I've always tried to be like overly nice. You know what I mean? But when you're too nice, you kind of get stepped on. You know what I'm talking about, right?
That happens.
So, and here are these fucking assholes raping and murdering and molesting, and they're multimillionaires, bro.
Poseidon, I stood up to
Look,
that.
I'm not saying we should start, but I mean, like, no.
I stood up to that.
He's making a compelling argument.
He is. I read something from. Do you know who Margaret Thatcher is?
Yes.
Used to be the Prime Minister of England.
Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of England, but when you were a kid and you saw her and the Queen, you thought they were the same one. Kind of like Nick Nolte and Gary
Okay,
Busey. They
okay.
look the same.
That is fine that they do look the same.
So Margaret Thatcher said this in response to somebody put this as a comment when I saw the girl in Times Square statue. Margaret Thatcher said, "Being powerful is a bit like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't."
That's true.
Good line. I only remembered it now.
Yeah, or like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's
So that statue in Times Square
same thing with being the king. If you have to tell people you're the king, you're not the king.
is like saying powerful woman.
Yeah, no, I get. No, she was. It has nothing to do with women. It has
Yeah.
to do with just if
Yeah.
you're powerful or not.
If you have to say, when somebody's powerful and they want, Jerry Seinfeld
Yeah.
walks in right now, we're all going to stand up. We don't even know why.
Yeah, like the guy that says, "You don't know who I am." Everyone was okay.
Well, I'm
yeah,
gonna
sure.
stand up. I'm gonna stand up with Jerry Seinfeld gets in because there's a sign right there that says no.
Exactly. But I like that. I don't know what you said, but it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say that reminded you of that?
Lizzo sexy.
I think you were just being you, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Adam.
Yeah, bro. Why don't you speak?
Oh,
You can
wait.
tell
Be
us
quiet.
The-
Be quiet.
The last time I was here, Adam.
Yes,
the,
Guido.
the last time I was here.
It's good though.
Yes, Guido. You sound like my depanneur guy.
Yes, boss.
The last
Boss
time I
lady
was
boss.
here,
I put extra
you
chicken
had
for you,
to
boss.
leave because you had a major appointment. Enough that Adam dropped me off on Hennebrasse and Budbulang, and I
He
had
didn't
to
take you
walk,
home?
I had to walk another 10 minutes because
Wait,
he was gonna
what?
be like,
Prick. What a prick.
Wait, repeat, restart.
Do you remember the last time I was here? Adam had an
Yeah,
appointment.
before last week. Yeah,
Adam had some kind of.
he had to jerk off his
Yeah,
boyfriend
yeah,
on his way to the
somebody- you
casino
You guys were
in
so fixated
Gatineau.
on casino. It wasn't a casino.
Enough that Adam could only drive me to Hennebrasse and Budbulang, and I had to walk the next 10 minutes home.
An extra 30 seconds would have killed you.
No, it was that bad. That's why I'm asking. I
An
forgot.
extra 30 seconds. You are such a despicable person.
The things we've done for you, Adam.
Seriously, you are so
Yeah.
despicable.
Yeah.
Like I can't even begin to describe how despicable you are sometimes.
Despicable.
You want Bebsy?
Bibsy.
What I eat to
Adam, what if, Guido, what if? Just say, what if the unthinkable would have happened? It's scary. It's dark. He's alone. He's walking home, and he ends up raping someone. What?
I was because
I'm never the victim.
How would you have lived with yourself?
I was waiting to see what you were gonna say because I knew you weren't gonna say.
Yeah, I'm not.
I knew you weren't gonna make him a victim.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get
But
killed.
I was like, where's he going with this? And like the other one, him raping was too obvious. It was too obvious. But I was like, no, he's not gonna go there. But then you went there, and that's what's surprising.
How would you have lived with yourself?
Look how mad he is.
Yeah, he's so miserable.
He's mad at you getting screwed over. I like that.
I like your originality, Pantelis. then you know what?
But hold on.
Then
Pause.
he might throw me under the bus.
I wish I could throw you under your own bus.
Why would you do that? You had another Big Max a minute to bring him home.
Well, now's the time for the truth. I remember Guido said, "Okay, drop me off here."
No, because I felt your body language wanted to fucking die. That's why I couldn't take it. I'm like, okay. Why would I lie about that?
Yeah, look, you're both mentally deranged.
You are mentally deranged.
First of all, even though I would have felt his body language, I'd be like, bro, drive me another fucking minute.
Yeah, I was.
And then you're a fucking chooch magooch because you
yeah,
said
I
just
should
drop
have
me
just
off
told
here.
him, Adam, drive another fucking block. Shut up.
And then
But I
instead of
didn't.
being like, no, bro, it's right there. I'm gonna bring you.
No,
you're like, no, I gotta save a minute.
No,
I gotta save a minute to suck my boyfriend's dick a minute
Yeah,
longer. What is wrong with you?
I held back because I felt okay. He's driving me, whatever. But yeah, you're right. I should have smacked.
No, not smacked. But
I was gonna come up with a slightly different. What's the word? Play. What do you call it? Scenario. Let's say if we
No, but for real, why? No.
Now he put it on me.
forget what you said about because he said just.
He
drop
didn't
me
want to
off
be
here.
late. His appointment was at 10.
Yeah. Forget about it saying he said just drop me off here. Why did you take that decision? Forget him saying to do that.
Well, it's
man of
easy
his
for you
word.
to say forget it.
No.
No.
You can also be a considerate human being and be like, bro, look, I get it. I'm being weird, but
And how many times did I drive him home?
I'm just frustrated. Yeah, exactly. I'm just frustrated. It's only gonna be an extra minute. It's fine. Because I get it. I've had a bad day too, and I'm rushing and I'm late, and people could feel my energy. You know what I mean? But I try to be considerate for other people. You were just like, okay.
No, he was about to have a good day. That's why he was in such a rush to leave.
No, but for real, why?
I had a meeting with somebody. Is
Well,
it so
explain
urgent?
the
How did
meeting.
it go? Did you make money?
Did it go good? Did it go well?
Oh my-
Was the guy mad that you were late? Did you make it on time? What happened? You left us in suspense last time.
Well, I don't know, guys. Okay, guys.
Did you make it on
there's
time?
a-
Start with the
there's-
small stuff.
Yes.
Did you make it on time?
There is a word
was
which
the
I
guy
would like to use.
Was the
It's a
guy
very
upset with
important-
your timing?
No.
Okay, so then that's number one. You could have dropped him off for a minute. You weren't that late. Okay, so you made it on time.
And
Barely,
criminals aren't known to be
barely.
punctual.
Barely
by the way.
made it.
Okay,
Barely made it.
had you made it 5 minutes later, would that have affected the whole night?
He would have been dead. That's why he had to drop me off.
Actually, I was a little bit late.
Okay, did that affect the whole
Did
night?
they
Point
notice?
where we almost didn't go. So yes.
Oh,
now that I
wow.
think
Go
about
where?
Guys, I'll use the
Illegal.
word right now. It's called boundaries. There are certain things you can't
No.
divulge.
Fuck your boundaries
Yeah,
because
well.
you decided to overstep his.
They had an
by
appointment
not
to
bring-
go somewhere that he doesn't want to talk about, which is so intriguing. Please pressure
Now
him.
you have to talk about it because it was so important to the point where you couldn't even risk
Yeah.
another minute.
Yeah.
And he has brought you home so many times, even while you were fucking in
You
prison.
know how you sometimes say, I'm very conniving? Now, you appear to be very conniving. Instead of saying you drove him 95% of the road, oh, it wasn't 100.
How do you spell
Shame
that?
on you. I don't know.
What? Are you trying to?
He's calling me conniving. How many times did I?
Are you trying to turntable the tables?
He's trying to turn table on our boy Guido, bro.
I'm trying
trying
to,
to-
Bro,
turning the table on the tables. That's good.
Henry Barassa, Couche-Tard. You know where that is, right?
It's
He's trying to
dangerous.
table turn the turntables.
So,
But it's a
what's
very-
that walk to my house?
What?
What's that walk to my house? It's 15 minutes, 12 minutes, maybe.
No, I would say about 12 minutes.
And
by,
Adam,
by
to-
car, it's 29 seconds.
Yeah,
Seriously.
and to be fair
I know.
to Guido,
I've done it.
to be fair to Guido, that's actually a dangerous part of the town at night.
It's true. But anyway,
No,
they
just
they
that
just
street
want to
on
make
Henry
you
Barassa.
feel bad, Adam. So I hope it was worth it, and you both came a lot.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, that's weird. On each other? Or?
Oh, man.
Okay, sorry.
No, look. Here's the thing. If you don't tell us what the meeting was, we're just gonna assume.
I
that
assume it was
I
gay
knew
sex
you were going to
related.
talk about
that it was just
substance.
gay sex. So you have to
Okay,
come clean.
I'll use. I don't know if it's called reverse psychology. No, forget that word. I'm going to tell
Reverse
you what we
cowgirl.
didn't do. We didn't go to the casino. Okay.
No.
All right.
So you did have gay sex.
That's another thing we didn't have. Okay.
Okay. Hold on. What if you used like an analogy? Like I don't know. If you used like okay, let's take you out of the story. Let's say a raccoon and a rabbit had a meeting. Okay.
It's kind of difficult because they don't speak the same language.
He knows. This guy knows the language of rabbits and raccoons. Did you hear what he just said? That's pretty damn funny.
Actually, they do speak the same language because they both have fluffy tails. So a raccoon and a rabbit meet. What was the meeting about with the raccoon and the rabbit?
Well, you know the answer to that. I don't.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I don't own any rabbits, and I don't own any
real, no,
raccoons.
for real.
Gentlemen, the man in the raccoon suit, and the man in the rabbit suit, you can't suck each other off. This is a Walmart.
He's a fluffy. What do they call those? The fluffy?
He's a furry. Guys, can someone get the furry, please? This is awful. This is
It's
disgusting.
not for real.
Call security.
You got to tell us now. Is it crime related?
I'm gonna go fuck.
Then tell us.
Oh no, he's fucking a stuffed animal. Guys, please, somebody get over there.
Then tell us. Just say what it is.
Is that Adam from the Intellectuals? Why did he take the head off?
Before last week, you caused such a huge fuss about we got to finish fast and this and that. You busted everybody's balls in this room. His balls, my balls, his balls. You dropped them off.
Is he coming in a pickle jar?
30 seconds away by
Your
car.
balls are strong. They didn't get busted.
What?
Your balls are strong. I tried to bust them. They didn't get busted.
Oh, he trying to make you bust.
You're gonna make him talk to you like that?
He should have busted. Bro, you bust.
Oh!
Adam helped you bust a nut?
Oh, here, Adam. Here, hold on. Here, let me give it. Take no shit off nobody.
I've nothing to say to that except
Poseidon, remember that time I made you come?
Good one-liner. That's what.
That was more than one line.
Good multi-liner. That.
Good multi-liner. Sounds
No,
like my
for real,
brother's
for real.
house.
We went
No.
to go and grab a bite to eat. Okay.
Oh, so
Nice.
you were late
And what
to
did- okay,
go
okay.
wait for soup.
so
That
where
was
did
nice.
where did you guys wait?
Now you're asking me a little bit too much.
How is that too much?
It's not me that whose privacy needs to be respected. It's the other
But
person.
where could you-
Nobody knows
But-
the other person
Yeah.
unless you name them.
Where did you go eat? I'm not gonna mention that I ate sushi off some guy's cock. That's too much
Where did you
information.
go eat?
in my
Fucking
neighborhood. Okay.
Milano's? What's the place called? We want to know. Do they have good food?
You're making
good
it seem
sandwiches?
like the eating was the sexual part.
The hiding it, Adam, is worse.
Yeah, just say, dude.
If I went to eat a burger with a guy I just blew, I would say, I just blew a guy. My name is Guido, and I'm going to eat Burger King, and it would be fine.
Or
the
he
fact
would say,
that
"I
you're
ate a
hiding
burger."
it makes it worse.
And not mention sucking the dick. The fact that the place that you went to eat is
It's
suspicious
so
is crazy.
quiet.
Yeah.
That's making it. People want to know more now. Adam.
For real, just where did you go? Okay,
Yeah.
what did you
What's
eat?
the
What
big
did you
deal?
eat?
Fine. I went to a sports bar. Is that,
Gay sports.
And does this sports bar happen to be in St. Catherine East?
nope.
No, he went to
Guys,
Snookers.
I'm gonna use a very simple analogy right now. I'll gladly tell you where I didn't go, but I won't tell you where I did go. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Did you go to a
He said
heterosexual?
it's near where he lives. So
Did
the
you
only
go to a-
bar around there is Snookers.
Did
hold
you
on.
go to a heterosexual bar?
What is that?
Well, he said it's in his
forgot what that
neighborhood.
means.
A heterosexual bar
I
is
bet you
not
forgot.
you.
Is it where you're straight or you're gay? I forgot.
Did you
I
go to a
don't know,
heterosexual
bro.
bar? Just say it.
I didn't go to any kind of sexual bar, so no.
Okay, no heterosexual bar.
Okay, what did you eat there?
I knew you were gonna ask me.
No, for real. What did you eat
Ass,
at the sports
ass.
bar?
Nachos.
I had a hamburger.
All right.
Just one
Oh.
hamburger. Let me ask. Who paid for your meal?
We split it.
Oh. Means
Okay.
you respect each other.
Yeah. You guys
Why?
are going Dutch.
Why did you guys split it?
Because
What else did that guy split open?
did you go to Le Scratch Laval?
No, we didn't.
Did
It
you go to
doesn't matter.
Snooker?
Did you ever get scratched?
It doesn't
in the
matter
mouth?
where we went. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But it's
Okay,
not
I have a
sports
question.
bar.
Hold on, I have a question. How far away was the drive from where you dropped Guido off to your destination?
I hope it's 40 seconds.
20 minutes.
20 minutes east, west, south, north.
You're asking me too much now.
Oh.
Dude, nobody knows.
Hey, listen, guys.
There could be 500 restaurants east of Henry Barassa and Acadie.
Northwest.
Oh. You know what they say about the Northwest?
Okay, so maybe he went to one of those near Place Vertu.
Yeah.
He went to one of those Kelsey's or one of them Place Vertu shits.
They call them the suck off caverns.
Yeah, so
The
he went
suck
around
off
there.
caverns.
That's my guess.
Oh, you went to La Cage.
He went around to Place Vertu area.
For all our American listeners, he went into a cage where men walk around him and ejaculate.
Or he went to
And that's the sporting question.
Dallas Bar. Dallas Bar. In
That's a
Laval.
gay cowboy club.
If he ordered a burger, that's what I would have ordered in one of those places.
Oh, there's
too.
a lot. There's a lot on Curé-Labelle in Laval.
That's what I thought. I thought he went to Scratch. But anyway,
Moonlight,
there you
Cafe Bliss.
go. Well, he said Northwest.
So
Okay, I'll be simple. All the answers you just gave me is no.
okay. So
right.
what was the subject about? What was the topics you guys were talking about? If you could just talk about some, not all of them, just a few.
Hockey.
Hockey. So this was about betting.
He was with his bookie.
No.
No?
There
He
is
was
such a
not
thing
with
as
his
watching a
bookie, he
game
just
without
blew a wookie.
necessarily being interested
blew a
in
wookie.
betting. There is such a thing as that, eh?
There's what?
There's such a thing as watching a hockey game without necessarily being interested.
That's what we've been telling you.
As a bettor.
So this person, who is he to you?
Just a friend.
Just a friend? When did you meet them?
Adam watches a
What do
hockey
you mean
game.
When did you meet this
Well,
person?
20 minutes after I got out of the studio.
He was a stranger.
Wait, so you use Grinder?
No, when have you met this? Like, how long have you known this person?
A couple of years, 2, 3.
Yeah. And more important than me that you know 20 years? That
Guido raises a good point.
Yeah, but you haven't sucked him off. You haven't ass blasted him.
Adam goes to watch hockey games. It's spelled game, Gayme.
Gamey, please.
Adam, I want to let you know something. Even though they're bullying you for your sexual orientation, I want you to know that you are empowered to be the man that you want to be, the man that you can be, and find the same in other men. And I will not belittle you.
And remember, one day there will be a statue of you in Times Square.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, bro.
okay, what was the nationality of the other man?
Lebanese, 100%.
Canadian.
What?
No.
a cop-out.
Like, can you speak into the microphone? What are you doing in your
I
ass?
wasn't sure my phone was ringing.
Why is your phone up your asshole? And why is it set on vibrate?
No.
He's
like,
still wearing his tuxedo pants.
I understand
by the
he
way.
could be born in Canada. He could be a Canadian
I
citizen.
never asked.
What does he look like?
Asian.
He's handsome.
He's a mix of. I never asked which not. Actually, I think he's got some Middle Easterner. Some Middle Eastern.
Lebanese, you were right.
God
knew
damn
it.
it, Guido.
Dark hair?
Yes.
Really dark?
Pubes?
Uh,
Oh man.
he looks like Sam Adamo, doesn't he?
How is Sam?
He
I hope we find out.
fucking looks like
I hope
Sam
we find
Adamo,
out. I hope we
doesn't he?
find out it was Sam Adamo. That's why he's
I
twitching.
told you what the answer was, and no, it wasn't.
Oh, but you wish it
But
was.
he
Stop.
looked like him.
Hold on, it is my mic.
A
Yeah.
bit older.
Why
Yeah,
is it my-
he's been shitting on everybody.
Yeah.
It was probably him.
Yeah,
the
it
whole
was
time.
him the whole time. But that's the Poseidon thing. But wait, if it was Sam Adamo, what if you had to drop off Sam Adamo? Him, you wouldn't leave stranded. Him, you'd bring him back, right?
Because
better-
him, someone would rape him.
Yeah.
Especially with those nice shaved thighs of his.
Someone with
Very
glasses
handsome.
and
He
a
shaves
bald
his
spot
legs.
would
He
rape him.
looked like
Yeah.
Sam Adamo. God damn. Okay, so it was it was so you guys split it, eh?
Adam's ass.
He-
Hey, if Sammy was your boyfriend, would you call him Sammy Salami?
No, I wonder. I wonder.
uh,
I wonder why they go for you. And I think I figured it out.
I actually know why. Adam is polite. He shows up on time, even at the detriment of his friends. He keeps a semi-clean butthole. He's no longer under house arrest. He's a good time. He's always up for a laugh, a
He's
drink.
big with the corporate handshake. We don't
He's
do
big
that
with-
anymore.
Yeah, he's big on the corporate handshake.
cool.
He's,
we fist bump. We say what's up. Adam's big with the handshake.
he's very
like-
corporate, so he's easy to have around. I think that's why people like Adam.
but
He's
most
just
importantly,
look at him. He's easygoing. He's just having a good time.
he'll never admit that he did anything sexual because he's embarrassed about it.
Exactly. Adam is the best
So
date.
even if somebody accused the other person, the other party,
Adam would
they'll be like,
defend
"No,
him with
just
his
ask
life.
him. What are you talking? We just went for a fucking supper at
2 guys
11
can't go to a gay bar and not suck each other off.
Yeah. And first of all, there's no hockey game playing at 11 at night.
You think so?
Oh no, there was.
There was.
West Coast.
Yeah.
There you go.
You think so? Wow,
Yeah,
he
it
said
was,
that. So.
This guy doesn't realize
Edmonton,
the
LA,
continent of North
Winnipeg,
America
yeah.
has.
You don't realize
three
the
Time
continents
zones. Yeah,
have time
tell him, bro.
zones.
How
He's
stupid is
breaking your
Poseidon?
balls
That
now.
tell him. How dumb is Poseidon?
He got you there. I gotta say, he got you there. He got you. There.
Adam, look, the nothing to be ashamed about.
No, there's nothing. Just show everybody your dick. Come on.
Yeah.
You're the
Adam,
one that should
don't
be
do
ashamed
that.
of the fact that he doesn't know there's games that start after 7 p.m.
Adam, what's your favorite game?
Look how confident I am with my teeth.
Adam, what's your favorite game
see
to
that?
play?
It's a toss-up between hockey and football.
You like football?
I said game to play. Hold on, I said game to play.
Oh, to play.
Like,
Adam
I'm the
wants
one that's playing it.
Yeah.
Tennis
football,
maybe.
yeah. Adam loves
Tennis.
getting smashed.
No, he likes tennis.
Oh, tennis.
He
yeah.
repeatedly likes getting
the ball
hit, passed around from one side to the other.
Tennis. I didn't know you played tennis.
Do you play tennis?
I did when I was a kid.
Beautiful sport.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Can we play a game of tennis with Adam? I'd love to play tennis.
Did you enjoy
We
badminton?
have Lackady. We have right next to our house. Let's go.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, but we gotta go buy the rackets.
No, we buy them at the Renaissance there. Remember, they're like $6 each. Come on. They have them there all the time.
I would
you
do
sure?
that.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Let's just do it for
And
the
we make a
laugh.
video out of it.
Yeah, no
Adam would
kidding.
love it.
I'm down.
I bet you he's
Let's go.
amazing.
Yeah, we'll do it on like a Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll play tennis.
That's it. Or we and next door there's Butch. We could play
I'll
Butch
dress.
too.
I'll
What is
dress.
Butch petanque. They're what my father.
Bocce
plays.
balls?
Bocce balls. Yeah. They have the next to the
How do
tennis
you play
court.
bocce balls?
Well, it's like curling.
You guys know what sport I like? You guys, have you guys ever bowled before?
I have. You like bowling?
We can go
Let's
bowling.
just do a company bowling trip.
There's a bowling
down.
right here.
I'm down. We film it.
Next door to the dentist of these teeth, Dr. Yazbek. What's up? Gwen
It's true.
and
And
Granette,
Granette, yeah.
next to where my son lives, they have spot bowling.
Well, don't give
By-
away your
by-
son's address,
by
but
the
yeah,
way-
let's bowl.
I'm convinced that bowling alleys are now just money laundering.
No, I think people still bowl.
Oh,
You know what?
no,
They
I
make a
doubt
lot
it.
of money. You know with what? Kids' birthday parties, poker machines, and crack.
Yeah, it's true. Crack makes money.
Yeah.
Look at what the neighborhood I just said it was in.
Here's a pretty good joke. I wonder if some of the owners of these places might get in trouble because they don't charge GST QST when they sell the crack.
Intellectuals out.